Welcome to the Vatech Customer Learning Center. Today we're going to do a quick user guide with the EzRay Air portable imaging system. However, before using it, we strongly recommend reading the entire user manual to understand all of the features, functions, as well as safety guidelines to use this successfully within your practice. So with that being said, put this off to the side, and what we'll go ahead and do is zoom in closer so you can see the components of the device itself. Okay, now we've zoomed in, let's go ahead and start from the very beginning in terms of doing our image capture. First thing we want to do is turn on our EzRay Air. On the very bottom, we have our on and off switch. Move it from off to on. You'll hear an audible beep, and what I'm going to do now, I'll turn around so you can see from here, and you'll see it's now asking us to put in our password. The default password is 000. So to do that, I use my jog dial. I'm going to turn it once counterclockwise for 0, press in the button here. I'll then put in my second 0 by turning it counterclockwise again, 1 click. And then do the same thing for my third digit for 0, turn it counterclockwise, 1 click, press in that. And once I've done that successfully, now I'm ready to go. So technically speaking, if I see the green indicator for my exposure radiation button, or symbol, it means I'm ready to go. However, you also notice though it's asking you to specify a tooth type. Right now it's defaulting to incisor. To change it, use the jog dial here again. I'm going to turn it clockwise 1 click to premolar, turn it 1 click again clockwise to molar, turn it 1 more click clockwise to bite wing. Go back counterclockwise to go to a previous tooth mode, and once I've selected it or chosen it, click on the jog dial there again. Okay. Now, you see it's asking us to specify a patient type. I have 2 patient types, adult and child. So to change that, again, turn the dial clockwise to go to child, counterclockwise to go back to adult. Once I've made my selection, click on the jog dial there again, and see now it's blinking our exposure time. So the exposure time is a default based on the patient type and tooth type. If I'm using something like the wave sensor, okay, I'm probably fine using these numbers or exposure times. If, however, if I'm going to be using film, I can change this exposure time by turning this dial, okay, accordingly. I can hit the button if I want to, otherwise it'll stay at that number until I change either the patient type or change my tooth type. Once all that is set up, I'm ready to go. Again, I've got my green indicator light on, which means I'm ready to capture my first image. When it comes to alignment, what we want to do is make sure that we hold this EzRay Air portable so the backscatter shield is essentially parallel to the operator. Now right now I'm holding it perfectly vertical, which means that the operator then needs to be perfectly vertical behind the backscatter shield as well. So the overall objective is to move the patient's anatomy based on what region you're going to be capturing. A little bit different than it was in the past. So if you use